Hey guys, welcome to the news chat here on Buzzing Pattaya, and today is it's a very difficult one for me to do today. I've got to be honest with you, I wasn't really sure about even doing the news because if you may or may not know, I'm sure you probably do, of the heinous crime of the man that killed all the children, killed 34, I think it was, 34 people, including young babies, young children, and then consequently went back to his family, his own family, and he killed his wife and his young baby and then shot himself. And, you know, it's a very somber moment. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families that have been affected by this. It's not very often I'm caught for words, but here I just don't know what to say other than that it's just a despicable action, you know, and I don't know, you know, it's very, very disturbing. Why would you possibly, you know, take out your vengeance and your anger and all the hatred you may have inside you? Why would you possibly take that out on young children that are absolutely innocent and have nothing to do with it whatsoever? I mean, that just, you know, it's just beyond belief, really. Yeah, he was a police officer, and the reports, there's quite a lot of reports here that go on about, it says that the assailant was reported a former police officer who immediately went on the run after the shooting at around 1 p.m. However, he later died by suicide at the house after killing his wife and 3-year-old child. You know, I mean, I don't know, guys. It's a very somber moment, you know, when these kind of things happen. And I know we've had occurrences of this around the world in the past, but it just doesn't make it sit any easier. And yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. So I want to move on. I don't want to be disrespectful and just, you know, not talk about it as if it doesn't matter, because it does matter. You know, I'm a father myself, and I can't imagine what the families must be going through to lose their children and their loved ones, you know, in such a horrific way. And I don't know why, you know, it doesn't go on about why he says it. It says he was forced to leave his position. It says local media also reported that the assailant, whose name was later revealed as Panya Kamrap, was an ex-police officer who was forced to leave his position after he was previously accused of being involved with illegal drugs, and once he was reportedly arrested for possessing an amount of methamphetamine. You know, I mean, I don't know. It really is beyond me. Anyway, you know, like I say, my thoughts and prayers go out to the family and to those affected, and it really is just a despicable crime. And unfortunately, he won't be stood to face the music, as we would say, because he very gutlessly killed himself after running carnage through the place. So, all right. So, what else has been happening here? As you know, we've been having a lot of floods. We did a video the other day of Ian and myself walking through Soi 21 going towards SAIBK to Tree Town, and we were literally knee deep in water. It was just incredible. And I stupidly said the other day, you know, the monsoon season's coming to an end, and in typical fashion it's come back to bite me hard on the arse here, because it is far from over. Each day now we're getting downpours. But what I tried to make reference to is we did have a huge full-on monsoon coming over the country. That was what I meant by the fact that it's gone. But now we're still knee-deep, literally, in the rainy season. And, you know, those people that are coming out here, don't worry. You know, the rain is the rain. It doesn't rain inside the bars and the restaurants and stuff, so you'll be okay. It just means you're probably less likely to sit on the beach and maybe try and top up your suntan. Right now, there isn't a lot of sun here, although I have to say, it's one of the most dangerous times here. And I say that because of this. We walk around and we think, oh, it's cloudy. It's okay. It doesn't matter. You know, I'll be okay today. I don't need my sunscreen or stuff like that. Please, if you are fair-skinned or you do burn very easily with the sun situation, you know, make sure you put your sun cream on. And it might sound ridiculous, but I promise you, if you was to sit out in this cloudy environment for the day today, you would be going back tonight burnt as a crisp, because it really does get through the clouds and it really can catch you out. It really does. So if you are of that nature, guys, you know, just take precautions, be prepared, and try and protect yourself, because, as I say, it will catch you out. It will end. You know, we're going to go through about probably another 2 weeks, 3 weeks of the rain, I guess, maybe a little bit longer. Then we're going to nurture into to our cold season, as we call it. And you're probably thinking, is it really that cold? But it does get cold, particularly if you're used to living here. It is colder in the evening and early morning. But, you know, still come out, guys. You'll be okay. You'll have a good holiday. You'll have a good trip. You just won't be laying on the beach for the moment anyway, with the current situation with all the flooding. So yeah, the next one says, now this will be an interesting situation. So as you know, Beach Road is one of the most popular areas, particularly to go walking along, and it does get a high amount of traffic from cars and motorbikes, more so at the weekend, because obviously the people from Bangkok travel down and they basically gridlock the whole of Beach Road. And what the government's saying is this: I'm just not in the right frame of mood today. Pattaya authorities give update on the road expansion project on Beach Road. And what they're saying is the road expansion project on Pattaya Beach Road will ease traffic congestion and allow 200 more vehicles to park alongside the beach, the Deputy Mayor has said. Now, what they are going to do, which is it's caused a bit of an uproar. So what they're talking about is, you know, the huge wide pathway? Well, they're talking about nicking 2 meters of that. And that's going to mean that they are going to have to dig up some of the trees and replant them. So a lot of people are up in arms about saying, well, hang on, you know, what about if the tree dies or it can't be replanted? You know, how's that going to work? And it goes on to say here, the project has a budget of 166 million baht. The road will be expanded by 2 meters in width, according to Manok, and would enable residents and tourists to park 200 more vehicles alongside the beach. So if you're going to be parking 200 more vehicles along Beach Road, well, obviously that's going to mean there's going to be more carnage in terms of the traffic and congestion. And, you know, if you do bottleneck it, well, not bottleneck, but if you do narrow the Beach Road, I don't know, would that cause more congestion? Because back in the day, if you remember, when in the early mornings, you'd get huge amounts of Chinese tourists that had been out doing the paragliding, and they were all standing around looking for their photos on Beach Road. And it used to bring the whole place to a standstill. You couldn't get through. It's awful. So if they narrow that, then chances are it's going to get even worse. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. But that's what they're proposing, and that's where we are with that one. Now, this one, we've had a group of, where are we? We've had a group of 16 Hong Kong people. It says here, a group of 16 suspects from Hong Kong arrested in Chonburi for reportedly operating illegal foreign loan sharking schemes for victims back in Hong Kong. So what they've done is they've come over here, they've set up a hooky office, and they're operating this system, this loan shark. And the reason I'm mentioning this one is not because about the fact that they're doing that back in their home country and they've been caught, but it does raise a very prominent issue here that we have a tremendous problem here with loan sharks, particularly with the Thais. You know, they'll borrow money from these loan sharks, these Thai loan sharks, and it can cause chaos. You know, they'll lose all kinds of imaginable things, houses, cars. You know, they'll lose. They can get threatened with violence. It really is a very, very serious problem here. And I know myself, I know people that have borrowed money. You know, they'll borrow 1,000 baht and they'll have to pay back 100 baht a day until they pay back the 1,000 baht. You know, it's crazy, crazy stuff like that. And it's a very, very big problem here, I think, personally. And it's an underlying problem that people are trying to just brush away. But it does happen. Maybe you guys have known people that have borrowed money. Maybe the Thai people you know have borrowed money. And it puts a lot of pressure on them. And unfortunately, a lot of these loan sharks, if you want to call them that, they have connections up above. So they're pretty much good to go in that situation, in that scenario. But yeah, these guys here, it says the raid was conducted by Pattaya City police officials at a 3-story townhouse in Banglamung around 3 p.m. on the Wednesday, following a morning tip-off that a foreign loan shark gang had reportedly modified the house as a base for a loan scam. So now what they're going to do is the investigation revealed that the gang had been located in time for about 6 months. Their operation reportedly generated a turnover of hundreds of millions of Hong Kong dollars from hundreds of Hong Kong customers. I thought Hong Kong was quite a rich country. No, am I getting that? I mean, I know Singapore's expanded, but isn't Hong Kong the same? Truthfully, I don't really know, but that's what they're saying there. And they've been doing this now for quite a long time. So 6 months. And it says here, all of the suspects were detained at the Pattaya City police station for working illegally in Thailand without permission, while the officials would contact the Hong Kong embassy and authorities to report the coordinate with the legal proceedings in their home country. So I'm guessing they're just going to be deported and go straight to jail, do not pass go, and do not collect £200. And that's a reference to Monopoly, if you're not sure what that one was for. Now, you know, I make mention of this many times, and it still seems to be happening, and I just don't get it. There's an Indian and Russian tourist allegedly have had a phone and 120,000 baht gold necklace stolen in Pattaya. And the reason I'm bringing this on to you is I keep mentioning this so many times. Guys, you know, you don't need to walk around with expensive watches, expensive jewelry draped around your neck. You know, you don't need all this jewelry stuff going on. It really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. And it goes on, it's a video on the Pattaya News. You know, Pattaya News is very good. They bring you a lot of up-to-date information. But it says here the Indian and Russian victims in separate cases said they were pickpocketed last night, and by what they said were a Thai female companion and 2 transgender individuals. In other words, 2 ladyboys. And, you know, the ladyboys on Beach Road, I don't want to tar them all with the same brush because that's unfair and it's not my position to be able to do that, and nor should I. But what I am saying is the ladyboys on Beach Road will think nothing of walking up to you and giving you a hug and a cuddle and stopping you in your tracks and, you know, running their hands all down you and distracting you while maybe another one goes around the back of you and starts, you know, touching you and stuff. It does happen, guys. You know, please don't think it doesn't. Please don't think, oh, I'm all right, it'll never happen to me, because that's the time when it will happen. But the thing is don't wear the jewelry because it takes you off their radar. And, you know, 120,000 baht gold necklace. So that's like, what's that in English? That's about 3 grand, 3 grand English around your neck. You know, really out here when nobody gives a damn. And some people are saying to me, oh, you know, but I should be able to wear what I want and dress how, and absolutely right. I'm not saying any different. But what I am saying to you is that unfortunately, you know, you will make yourself a target wearing expensive watches, expensive jewelry, because, you know, remember there's a lot of people, particularly on the Beach Road, that don't have a lot of money, and therefore you're going past them going, hey, look what I've got. And that 120,000 baht would easily last them a year plus. So, you know, you really are putting yourself on the radar. So guys, when you do come over, you know, please don't bring expensive jewelry with you. You don't need to have it here. So, you know, just think ahead of the game a little bit. Finally, on a positive, where are we? Sorry. Yeah, here we go. So the Pattaya announces current regulations for pet owners. So what they're going to do now is they're looking at the situation. It says Pattaya recently announced regulations for pet owners to prevent disease transmission between stray animals and domestic pets due to the rising stray animal population. They go on and they list all of the different things that they say. It says animal owners are only permitted to raise their animals on their own dwellings and not let them roam free on the streets or public areas. And the dog situation here, it can be very dangerous. It can be very difficult if you walk past a stray. Sometimes, you know, don't forget these dogs are mostly mistreated on the streets. You know, they live a very tough life because, you know, people will think nothing, particularly like the Thai people, think nothing of shooing the dog away with a broom or a stick or whatever. So they are very wary of us. And of course, you know, I'm a dog lover. So, I mean, for me to not be able to walk up and stroke a stray dog, you know, it's not a nice thing. But from a sensible aspect, you know, I just wouldn't do it because you just don't know what the dog's history is. You don't know whether he will turn and snap at you. You really don't have much idea as to what to expect. So years ago, I mean, I'm talking now probably 5 or 6 years back now, we used to have hundreds of dogs all over the place, literally all over the place. And there was all kinds of rumors saying that, you know, they'd gone around and they'd collected them and culled them and all the rest of it. A lot of the temples took the dogs in, and the dogs would stay with the monks in the temple area because they're normally big areas, and they've normally got like 20 or 30 dogs roaming around anyway. So to throw an extra couple of, you know, a dozen or so in isn't necessarily going to cause the monks problems. But there was rumours that they were culling the dog. I don't know, you know, I have no idea. I can't say to you whether that was true or not. But the thing is it seems to be on the rise again. There seems to be more dogs roaming the streets here. So, you know, just again, a bit like the gold, you know, don't put your hand out to stroke a dog. Even if you're the most loving dog lover in the world, it really is very dangerous because when you put your hand out, effectively, that could be deemed by the dog as you're trying to strike it, and it might then bite back in order to defend itself, thinking you're going to go and hit it. So, yeah, so be very careful. All right, guys, that's it today. I'm sorry I'm a bit downbeat today. I'm sorry that I've not got a lot of energy, but to be honest with you, the whole shooting incident really has, you know, it's just taken the wind out of my sails, and yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys. It's been an awful situation. All right, yeah, just drop your comments below, guys. You know, how do you feel? What do you think? And you know, I just don't get it, guys. I really don't. As a family man, as a father of children, to have my children taken away from me like that, it just doesn't bear thinking about. And you know that, and also as well, it's not just now, is it? You know, they're gonna the parents of the children that they've lost, they're gonna remember this day for the rest of their lives. And you know, for what? What did they do wrong? Absolutely nothing. So. All right, that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow I'll be a bit more upbeat. I'm sorry about today. It's just when I think about it, when I talk about it, it does get me down. I don't like it, and it's a heinous crime to create and to do. And he killed himself at the end. What a gutless prick. Killed himself at the end. Why couldn't you stand and face the music? Because you'd have had a life of hell, and quite deservedly inside. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much indeed for watching. Please, as always, remember to hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out Discord. There's 19,000 people in there now. It's a platform full of information. It really is good. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work that I do here, there is a link in the description below. Membership starts from as little as 89 pence a month. That's it from me, guys. Thank you very much indeed. And my ending is the one that should never be said, but wherever you are in the world, stay safe.